Hello, guys, and welcome back to the podcast. Today is just going to be a little shorter episode because it's going to be just me, Helios, coming to you live. Oh, not really, it's pre recorded, but still. So, today I'm going to be talking about two things. Two movies, actually: Ant-Man and the Wasp and The First Purge. Now, we're going to start with The Purge. Now, let me get my basic thoughts on these movies first. These two movies that I saw Wednesday and Thursday night this past week, 4th of July and July 5th. These movies, I actually like them. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Purge series, so that's nothing new there. I'm a huge fan of the Purge series. I love the idea of, it's not just the fact people killing each other, even though it's a horror, and I do, I do like that, find entertainment in that, obviously. But I like the political and lore side of it, on why this version of the United States did what it did, and the politics behind it, and why they thought of a conclusion to do the Purge to have people kill each other. I love the past three movies where it talks about how it turns it more into a religious experience almost, where they're like, oh, God wants you to purge because he wants you to cleanse your soul and get rid of all your anger and stress. But in reality, the government uses it. Oh, well, spoilers. Minor spoilers if you haven't watched any of the Purge series. But the government originally did it for population control, but they masked it as a God-given right, a religious right, and freedom of America. And I like that. I like that idea. It's pretty cool because it disguised as a religious thing, so people are like, yes, we're just cleansing our souls once every year. But in reality, it's the government doing population control to get rid of the lower classes and the poor to save money on having to spend so much on the lower classes. So it's the government's way of doing population control by sugarcoating it. And it's really messed up when you really think about it. How a government could just be like, there's no other way. We have to we had to start having people kill each other so we can save money. And that's literally what they do. So the first Purge is about how the idea came to be. That it was just a experiment at Staten Island up in the Northeast. And it was just a one-night experiment for 12 hours to see how it would play out. And the person behind said idea was a psychologist who wasn't working for the government, but she was just, hey, I want to see what this does psychology wise. The mental brain, the human brain, how does that correlate with all this? Does it really affect the human mind? She wanted to do more of an experiment, not make it into population control. The government, the new founding fathers, the newest president came into the presidency at that point, and the new founding fathers liked the idea and they decided to run with it. And they started paying people in these lower income families to do so. They pay them to participate or stay on the island, and if you participate, you get paid more. So people stayed on the island and they participated, but it wasn't the outcome that they wanted. The psychologist was expecting more people to be purging and murdering and whatever. But people are good-natured. Humans don't... I don't like to think. Most people wouldn't want to hurt each other. Except for a few psychos that go in and they start stabbing people. Like there's one scene that I find pretty cool. There's a block party. And one of the psychos who is killing people is in the party and he starts stabbing partygoers. And that ends the party real quick. But aside from them, him and a few other people, there's not a lot of crazy people rolling around killing people. So what does the government do? The government hires mercenaries and a bunch of other gangs and groups to go in there and just start murdering. Show the experiment is working so they can make it and go to a national level. Now, they want to go to national level to have population control so they can start saving money. Because they're like, that's the only way we can get out of debt is we start killing off our own people. But mask it where the people start killing each other off and just put it on a national level. And I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, wow, that makes total sense because that's how the first Purge was more about the house invasion, about one particular family, while the last two were about the broader scope of things, especially the election year. But it shows how the event started It shows the history behind it. I wish it kind of dived into more of the psychology experiment on how this doctor came up to the idea of the purge, but we don't get to see that because he ends up taking control from her and ends up putting her outside and killing her, having her become a purge victim herself. So it started out with a decent human experiment that was going to fail, but the government wouldn't let it fail, so they brought in external forces in to make it work and just start killing people for no reason because they're getting paid by the government. So they can do a national level experiment, which I'm hoping that's what they're going to do with the next movie. I know they're going to do they're also doing a TV series called The Purge, and it takes place in a small town, and it's a broadcasting between the Sci-Fi and the USA Network. And I'm curious to see how that goes, because I really love The Purge. I really love the idea. I hope the God never comes to pass, because that would just be weird. And I don't think it would. Because like the experiment failed in the first place before the government interfered, people don't want to kill each other. Like, that would probably be what would happen here, is in the state. At least I would like to think so. The states would, people would work with each other instead of killing each other. Like, I don't think I would ever kill in The Purge. I would defend my friends and family, but I don't think I would ever willingly participate in said purge. But The Purge itself, I like the franchise. It's one of my favorites. It's like I think it's better than Paranormal Activity. So that's also another franchise I love from Blumhouse, but it's up there. It's up there. It's not no Ring or Grudge, but The Purge, it's a nice little film series I look forward to every year. Or now a TV series, which I'm really excited about, because I just want more of it. I want to see more of the world. Because all we've seen is big cities. I want to see the small town aspect of it. How people in small towns are affected by it, or how people in the South, or how people out west, or people in the Midwest. I want to see how other states and other people from other parts of the United States handle this. Alaska, Hawaii. I want to see all of that. I want to see the whole country wide, and I also want to see an idea of because we talked about in the election year how it became tourism, how people from outside the country would come in to just participate and make a tourist adventure out of it and kill people. So since the election year, if you haven't watched it, spoiler alert, the new president gets elected and she puts an end to the purge. I want to see a movie where they talk about outside for another country trying the purge. Like, I want to see an Asian country, like Japan, do the purge or something. Or Europe. That'd be kind of cool. Or make it a worldwide experiment. World Order, make it a worldwide purge experiment where the movie jumps around between different stories of different people in different countries. That'd be kind of cool. So they could do a lot with it. It just depends on how far they want to go and what they want to do. So The Purge, I liked it. I give it a watch. If you like the Purge series, you're going to like this one. So I give it a watch, not a pass or rent or buy. Pass? Buy. Not pass. I give it a buy. I don't know. I forgot the I forgot the ways of a rating system. I'd pay to see the movie in theaters. Go watch the movie if you like the Purge series. Also so now we're going to talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp. If you like Ant-Man, the first movie, you're going to like this one, flat out. Basically, the story is about, spoiler alert, it's about looking for Janet Van Dyne, which is Hank Pym's wife, the first Wasp that goes missing after going subatomic. And the movie's basically about them trying to get her back, which they do. And the villain Ghost, which Ghost is a child of a colleague of Hank Pym, who Hank screwed over, and due to a experiment gone wrong, this ex-colleague's daughter gets, what do they call it? Caught in an explosion and becomes Ghost, where all her cells rip apart and sew back together, constant basis, because she was phasing through objects like a ghost and stuff, because her atoms and cells are just ripping apart and pulling back together, and she was on the verge of death. So they did find a way to save her, kind of. And you figure out that Jane Van Dyne, the first Wasp, is alive and well, and she's in the microverse, or whatever the heck it's called, and they go down there and get her. And turns out she evolved when she was down there, which I'm just like, I want more information on that. How she has all these powers. She has like all these weird like healing powers or something now. And I'm just like, is that Captain Universe? because I think Captain Universe's powers come from this what do they call it? This microverse or whatever it's called. Oh God, I need to look up information today. Let me look it up right now. Looking up info. Captain Universe. I'm glad this is more free reign because otherwise I'd be kind of screwed right now. So, Captain Universe is a guardian and protector of eternity, right? Yeah. Where does he get his powers from? He gets powers from the microverse. So basically, Ant-Man and the Wasp, where they go to, is literally where Captain Universe gets his powers from. So is Janet Van Dyne going to become Captain Universe? I don't know. Maybe. It'd be kind of cool. Because she gets some weird powers and it's like, oh, okay. That's great. Because Captain Universe's powers can go to anybody. So it's interesting to see how far this will go. And if they ever explain where her powers come from. Now, at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp, because they do say Janet Van Dyne, and they're helping Ghost, the villain of the story, get her physical body back without having her phase out of existence and die a horrible, painful death. So, at the end, Scott Lang goes into the microverse and gets these healing particles. But he can't get out. And they're like, he's like, hello? Is anyone there? Hello? So, what happens? It comes back and it shows that they all turned to dust. Hank, Janet, and Hope all were obliterated by post-snap, or present-snap Thanos. So it comes to find out that Ant-Man and the Wasp takes place during Infinity War. It ends with Thanos snapping and they disintegrate into ash like everybody else that we know of. So, that means Ant-Man is going to be in Avengers 4, but they're going to have to find him. Or he's going to have to find his way out or something out of the microverse. Is he going to become Captain Universe? Maybe. That'd be kind of cool, but we'll see. I'm curious to see where this goes because I really want to see the next Avengers movie already. Like, give it to me. Because, I mean, the next Marvel we have now is Venom, and that comes out in October, September, something like that, I guess. Yeah, I guess. So, yeah, more Marvel movies. Lit. And I give Ant-Man and the Wasp a buy as well. Because if you like, it's funny, it's quirky, it's hilarious, like the first Ant-Man. People don't give it enough love. People are like, oh, it's the weakest link, and I disagree, because the guy who plays Scott Lang is a gem. He's cute and adorable and just funny, and he's charming, and he makes the character Scott Lang one of the best characters in the MCU, in my opinion, because he's not like, I'm muscular, I'm Buffy. He's just genuinely funny and charming, and he's entertaining, and I can't see anyone else playing Scott Lang now, except for him, because he adds so much to the character, and Ant-Man's just so cool, and I want to see more of the microverse because that's some trippy ass visuals right there that I just love. It's so good. So thank you for watching. So go watch both these movies if you're fans of them, and if not, oh well. I don't know what to tell you there, fam. So yeah, this is a short ass podcast because I don't know what else to talk about now. Just life and movies. I'm a movie holic. I go see movies like all the time if I can afford it. That's the few things I do with my life. I buy comic books when I can, and then I buy movies, movie tickets, and I'm just gonna go to the movies. I just want to live there and just like sleep until the next movie. Like I wouldn't mind having a job as a manager in a movie theater, getting that pay and working in a movie theater. I think that'd be kind of fun. I actually might look into that, becoming a manager at a movie theater. We'll see where that goes. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Fun times ahead, right? Like, so Monday's video should be a salutations if Bard is finishing editing it, which I hope he is, because it's a good one. What else? Wednesday is going to be a comic book video over the first issue of something. Actually, I'm just going to say it. Well, screw it. It's going to be the first issue. So next Wednesday's video, it's going to be about the first issue of the Cosmic Ghost Rider. And if you don't know who Cosmic Ghost Rider is from the future is a character in the future of the 616 comic book universe, and it is the Frank Castle, aka the Punisher, becomes Ghost Rider, which in turn he becomes the Herald of Galactus, which in turn turns him cosmic, and then he ends up becoming working with Thanos. Thanos kills him or some shit, and then he ends up dying and then coming back, and now he wants to fix the universe. People thought it was Deadpool. That's why I know. I haven't read the Thanos comics, so I don't know much about the Cosmic Ghost Rider, except for the fact that it's Frank Castle. But I know people were hoping it was Deadpool that was going to be the Cosmic Ghost Rider, because the Ghost Rider is pretty funny. So people are like, oh, it's a Deadpool? It's a Deadpool? But it came out that was Frank Castle, and then like, that's just weird. But I dig it. So, that's going to be Wednesday's video. It's going to be on the first issue of Cosmic Ghost Rider. And then next Friday will be a podcast, as well as I'm going to be going to the beach for the weekend of the 13th through the 15th. So I'm going to try to get stuff done early for the following week, so I don't have to worry about anything when I get back home. So Monday's video is going to be something, and then that Wednesday's video is going to be something. So, in turn, stuff's happening. Stuff's great. It's beautiful outside. Go outside and enjoy the fresh air. Unless you're in Texas and it's raining. Well, probably not. Well, actually not right now, but it was been raining. So, enjoy the heat. It's like 100 degrees out here. It's fucking hot. It's like Satan's ass crack. What do I do? Anyway, so enough about this podcast. I'm trying to reach 20 minutes. It's not working. I'm at 16, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! This is a very short podcast. This is just me. And Bar's probably listening to this thinking, I should have joined. I told you I should have joined. And I'm like, no, I want to do a podcast talking about these two movies because I'm back to back. And I just did that. So, verdict. Buy the tickets, watch the movies in theaters. Ant-Man and the Wasp. If you can see in 3D, see in 3D. Because I hear it's pretty good in 3D. Well, at least the old one. I don't know about the first one. I don't know about the new one. The new one might be. But, yeah. So, go watch it. Cool. Leave comments down below. What should I talk about next? What is Helios doing with his life? I don't know. I'll get back to you on that. My life is a mess. Not really. Kind of. It's everywhere. Work. Life. Yeah. I'm going to go. So I'm just backing up. That's great. Yeah, I'm just backing up. Yeah. I'm out. Like, deuces, fam. Deuce out. Helios out as I fade into the stars. Goodbye.